Hey, welcome to another episode of the Couch Coaches. What a game! What an end to the series. Summer game. I got up at 2:30 a.m. Completely worth it and enjoyed it. Over to you, Priyash.
We don't give up. That's what Gil said in the presentation, and they fought like lions with the lion-hearted Siraj bowling 180 overs plus in the series. What a first hour we had! And on the sixth I thought, because it was seven needed, 1-6, then it is a tie on the Murray. So, but the line, the length, the strategy, and whatever they did in the first hour was the best I have seen in the 5 match series, I think.
Correct. See, எனக்குமே I feel there are points in the game when you can be aggressive and you start missing that, right? Then you get to a stage where you, like in the case when you had 17 runs, right? You bring the field in. என்ன பண்ண போறான் 6 or 4 அடிக்கட்டும்னு சொல்லி கொடுத்த வச்சுக்கோங்க, தட்ஸ் ஒன் திங். பட் நீ எல்லாம் ஸ்ப்ரெட் பண்ணி வச்சு அவன் 6 அடிச்சான் வச்சுக்கோங்க, அப்பெல்லாம் சிங்கிள்ஸ்லாம் எடுத்துட்டு இருக்கான். Then you are left at 7. No, you can't attack. That's why there are still a few learnings. Gill is a young captain. He's going to learn from it, right? But those were the points. And I also enjoyed, I don't know if you listened to KL Rahul's interview at the very end. Man, classy guy.
With the DK.
With DK, super classy guy. He was giving the accolades to Gill and telling about how Gill is going to get better and things like it. So I just love how the team is just coming together. And see, end of the day, when we blame Gambhir when they lose, we have to give it to him when they win. So I'm willing to eat my words and say, dude, end of the day, I know we're going to talk about it here as well, but we will do the analysis and do the critique and also step back and say where he could have done better and go on with it. So let's
For
go on to.
us, it is going to be a long episode because we are also going to, analyze the entire series, but no stacks, only flow on the worry.
Okay, let's start with the entire series review. So I think one of the best series that I have seen, right? It stands up there with a few that India played in Australia after being 36 all out. So it's hard to say if it's on the top of the list, but given the circumstances, right? You didn't have a Virat Kohli, you didn't have a Rohit Sharma. So many questions to be asked, and India coming down from to quote Nasir Hussain here. He said that after an IPL fatigue, India came here and still playing 25 days of cricket, and every game was sapping. Amazing series.
That's what Brooks also said. Every game we were knackered after the game. So it was not a lower over like Esther teams. Every game went to the fifth day. Apart from this game, every other the last fourth test went to the last session of the last day. So it was tense, intense, and very well fought by both the teams. I think I will give this series or keep this series in my top 5 for sure.
Correct. See, top 5 will probably make it. அண்ட் ஆக்சுவலாக பார்த்தா இந்த யூஎஸ்ல கல்யாணம்லாம் வந்து டக்குன்னு முடிஞ்சிடும் 3 ஹவர்ஸ்ல. இது வந்து நல்ல நம்ம பஞ்சாபி கல்யாணம் மாதிரி 5 நாள் அடிச்சு பரட்டி என்ன நடக்க போகுதுன்னு தெரியாம, I think it was just amazing, a super treat, right? And if India could have won the first test, we had the game in our hand, we let it go. We came back strongly again in the second test. Lords was amazing in its own way, right? And then fourth test at the drop under day was a victory. We spoke about it quite a bit, right? Just the mental challenge in getting the momentum going into the fifth. And man, what a game in the fifth test, and cracker of a game with rain coming in. Enna agun theriyadu. We have
he thought he lost it because of Brooks innings last time.
Yeah. And then I posted on Insta, stupid. Sunny Boy should be telling this to Harry Brook again. He's a young bloke. He will learn. 2 centuries and 99.
What Atatan asked them. He didn't say stupid.
Correct. But I think we will touch upon this, I know, in the next few slides. Bumrah, what does this mean for Bumrah in the long time? We didn't have Bumrah. And if you look at stats, you know that Bumrah இல்லாதபோது நிறைய தடவை ஜெயிச்சிருக்கோம்.
ஆமா.
என்னடா நடக்குது அப்படின்னு பார்க்கணும். Siraj, right? We have been critical of Siraj, man. 41 test matches. You've been a workhorse. 123 wickets doesn't really cut it, right? At 3 wickets per test match. என்னடா பண்ண போறேன்னு கேட்கறச்சு the 2 test matches without Bumrah, 16 wickets in those games. And அவன் கேட்சை விட்டு சிக்ஸ் ஆக்கினான் வந்து ப்ரூக்ஸ். அப்புறம் இவன் பேட்டை விட்டு இவன் பாலை பிடிச்சி ப்ரூக் அவுட் ஆக்கினான். அதுக்கப்புறம் வந்து bowling, man, what a performance this morning, right? I just feel it was amazing to watch it live.
Yeah, he said I had a screenshot from a emoji on Google, which said,
Believe. Correct.
Yeah. Next. So what makes it great, the series? It's a new India. It is a upcoming team, a young team. I will not call it a transition like a Gambhir said. No team is in transition, but it is a new India where we never give up for anything, including Trump's travels.
Yeah. So எல்லாருக்கும் tariff போடுவாரு.
Now everybody is saying go and have a hike. But what I will see is the grid is coming up last 2 years. First under Virat's captaincy, and then Rohit's captaincy, that you could turn around games which we thought we are losing. Because 90s when we were watching, we used to take the calculators to see in the combination, in the permutation, whether we will qualify. Now we don't care at all on the way.
Right. See, it's also a lot of the influence of IPL, right? From a mindset and the way the games have taken over. Because previously you have a fourth innings, 250 to chase, na game over. You know that the team batting last is going to lose, but it's no longer the case because they always believe that they can win. Yeah. And I think this confidence that they get is quite a bit of playing, aggressive cricket in all formats, and that is translating. And the young blood, right? You're going to talk about some of the young talent that we have, but I'm also good to see Gill be having that aggressive mindset, because it doesn't go directly with his nature. He's a quiet guy, but then I can see that internally he has that thing. When he wanted the number 4 spot, saying that this is what Sachin and Virat wanted, he's lived up to it. Captaincy.
And also he got the new bat sponsor this season. Yeah, was having C8, now it is MRF.
ஸோ எல்லாமே இந்த நான் சொல்லுவேன், இந்த நம்ம பிஎஸ்பிபியில் படிக்கிறச்சு இந்த ஐஐடி எக்ஸாம் ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணுறச்சு பார்த்தேன்னா, இந்த ஜூனியர் பசங்க என்ன பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா, எவன்லாம் வந்து ஐஐடி போயிருக்கானோ அவனை மாதிரியே வந்து அதே டிவிஎஸ் 50 வாங்குவான், அதே மாதிரி பேக் இந்த பக்கம் போட்டு போவான், அதே புக்கும் வாங்குவான். ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி காப்பி நாட் அ பேட் திங். So if Gill can copy Virat and Sachin and even get close to them, right, it's going to be an amazing asset for India. Correct.
But what I like about the grid was the fourth test. We were down and out. To bat 5 sessions with Gill, Washi and Jadeja, it was great.
Yeah. Now that you mentioned Washi, right? See, this guy, even in the past, he's 25 years old, but on a path, the maturity on a he looks like he's 32, 33, right? But the guy, even when he played in Australia in his early 20s and things, he's always had that, level-headedness, that balance of, I know what the situation is, and I'm going to play to the situation, whether it's 2 of 35 balls or suddenly he can score 35 of 12 balls like what we saw yesterday. That last thing that he gave, the fillip that he gave, right, was what made sure that the game essentially was even relevant for us. If he didn't score that extra 20-25 runs, the game is over, right? England won it. Harry Brook and Root have done it again for England, would have been the commentary. But see what he did. So kudos.
I think we have a very, very good set of goals for the future. in the test match. Gill, we have spoken about him. Jaiswal was on hot form in the first two tests, then he tapered off, and the last test he came back. Is a goat for the future. We don't have to talk about Pant.
Mm-hmm.
Already know about him. So, and Washi, what I mean, I think Washi will play uh, very much every test in the future, be it India
Mm-hmm.
or abroad, if it is fit, because I think it's a true replacement for Ashwin. You can
No,
bowl.
no, but again, let's talk a little bit. See, Ashwin was always a bowling all-rounder, right? We played Ashwin even in his early career of getting wickets. Washi has just come the other way, where he can now be a solid batsman. I want him to get improvements in his bowling, where we can truly say that he can win games with bowling.
So he took 20 odd wickets in the New Zealand series, top
Mm-hmm.
wicket taker. So I don't have the problem in India.
Mm-hmm.
But if you see abroad, Ashwin didn't play much because they preferred Jadeja.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
think one bowling, pace, medium pacer, all rounder, and the
Mm-hmm.
three pacers. So, but because of his batting now, I think they will play him as a batsman who
Yep.
can bowl in fallen runs or Sena, and then in India he will be a flying line bowler with the Jadeja. There is no option. I mean, I don't see it any other way.
No, no, I think he will get those. What your point about being in the squad is true, but I think he has
England.
to crack. But he has to crack of getting wickets in Sena. Okay, and this is where I think spinners. When I look at even the Bashir and when I looked at the other guy bowl, right, the other left arm guy, I forgot his name in the previous test match. They were still threatening, and there are nuances to the test, even to spin bowling, where just the guile, the flight and the pace, right? Where you don't, these things you control, right? The other things, whether it's going to spin off the track, whether there is going to be a rough, etc., is probably what the conditions are going to dictate. You got to learn those aspects, and there are ways by which you take up, if you just vary the pace, right? And you're able to get the drift in, and if you're able to do these things, maybe you cause some confusion in the batsman's mind, and that's where he has to go back and make the jump so that even when, and this is not just him, even Jaddu was not as effective, right? And it is also about Gill not using them enough, because it is not about, it's the rotation. As a batsman who is set, right, you're used to the ball coming on, and suddenly you bring a spinner in, you get your things changes, and now bring back the pacer, you have a better chance, right? So all those things we want to see them do better, because that's what's going to make it, conditions, when conditions are not favorable to you, look at what a Stokes does, right? Just managing his resources and what he bowls. I want that thinking to happen.
But I thought Washi bowled very well in the series when he got the opportunity to bowl a 10 over spell or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If you give him a 2 hour spell, you
Yeah.
can't. I mean, you can't come into proof itself. So,
No, no, I agree. That's why I mentioned the captain managing the resources is a key thing.
so
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, I don't see any changes in his bowling
Mm-hmm.
unless people now read him very well in India or whatever, that he
Mm-hmm.
has to get another ball or another
Mm-hmm.
variant. But that is what it is. But he's I think certain for 11 for a long time.
Oh yeah, yeah. A certain part, that's clear, right? Just the talent that he has and what he has put in is amazing. Now about punt, right? Even though we know about punt, man, that innings when with the broken foot and playing things right, the grit and never give up. I think he set that up quite a bit for India as well, and he has done that several times in the past. And I just love this about punt. Look at his life in general, right? The accident that happened, almost could have just died in that accident, came back from it and proved that I can do a lot for India. So amazing. And if you look at the top run scorers for India in the series, Punt is up there at I think 450 odd, and he
Yeah.
only played what, three test matches,
Oh,
forget four.
Oh,
So with one more test, if he had even scored 100 runs here, he's up there in the top three. Already is probably four and top two or top three for India.
yeah.
So I think it's great. And I think Jural Badula punt irundha இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் நம்ம aggressive அந்த home, it's okay. Ultimately, it all came up good. But the question to ask is Jural the backup, right?
We
Because of
will
the buys.
in the last slide.
Okay.
Next.
நாங்க வந்து எல்லாரும் ஆடியன்ஸ் நாங்க ரொம்ப ப்ரெப் பண்றது இல்ல, எல்லாமே ரியல் டைம், அதனால தான். Okay, we spoke about all these folks. Now let's talk about the CSK king. Over to you, Priyesh.
What a series, 500 odd, 500 plus runs with the bat. I think he had 550s, and last innings only he got out in the second innings. He was not out the entire series in the second innings. Average of 80 plus or 90, and if we had got more chances to bowl, maybe could have been effective. We touched that earlier, but at 36 and only format is playing, I think another 3 or 4 years he can continue the fitness.
I mean, he's special, right? He's just gifted athlete, and the fitness he has, four maybe pushing, even if he plays say 2 years, right? With 2 years, and if he gets another 15 to 20 test matches, and with 20 test matches, he's going to push close to 100 odd tests, I think. He's going to now get into the close to the 5,000 run mark, and he may get close to the 434 number quite a bit. And then the question for me is the greatest all-rounder for India. I mean, due respect to Kapil Dev, he's held it for a long time for us, being a captain, magical innings, scoring the 4 sixers and not Eddie Hemmings innings defeat Kudukama irundhathu, 175 not out, all that, right? But I think Jaddu is going to come up there for the team. Is he the greatest for India as an all-rounder? With 450 wickets odd, if he gets to that number, and if he scores 5,000, 5,500 runs, and so many test games of saving the game for India, and an amazing fielder, which we all know, man, he's up there.
I think it was very, very pivotal in us drawing 2-2. Okay. All his innings came in pivotal time. The last test, fourth test, and the second test where he and Gill had a 200 runs partnership. All of them came in crucial times, and all the innings where he was not out, we were bowled out. So he didn't have any buddy to partner up with them. So Andamari, and it was very, very close in lots.
Yep. See, I think the only part with Lodge, which I still feel a little thing, is he didn't have to farm the strike as much. He could have been a little aggressive, and then suddenly we could have won the test and things could have changed. But cards could have gone either way, and he was doing what was probably right for the occasion. But that's the only time in my life I probably agreed with Manjarekar, where he said that Jadeja could have been a little bit more aggressive and scored runs, and I thought that was probably true. But overall, back to what Jaddu has done in tests and what we have seen him do in like IPL for CSK, the magical last over game. So he has that swagger and the never give up attitude. Whether it's the last over, I need to score 22 runs, he says, man, I can go get it. And who knows, maybe it was under the tutelage of the Thala that he has managed to get all this too. So
the only thing I want him to do is switch on for CSK before the IPL begins, because last two seasons konjo slower is begun because of the hangover of a test.
Correct. That is true. Correct.
Next.
Okay. Ipa pesuvom. Okay, 2-2 series. Well fought through series. Gill did really well. ஆனா கூட வந்து ரெண்டு பேர் ஃப்ரீ ரைட வச்சுன்னு தப்பிச்சுட்டாங்களாங்கிறது தான் கொஸ்டின். So what's your point about Gambhir and Mr. Ajit Agarkar?
If you win 3 tests in 3 series, Any coach anywhere will be stacked.
கவுச்சி அப்ளை பண்ணலாம் போல இருக்கு.
But the thing is, we haven't played test cricket. That's the problem. If you win only 3 tests in 3 series, and in this series you have won 2, that means you have lost 3-0 in India, 3-1 in Australia. You have stacked the captain and the most run together in the team at that time, Virat Kohli, and the goat who had 500 wickets. Ellame you have sent, and you have not done anything. So I think it's a time to change guard with the new team. They are Congo. They know what they can achieve. Gill has to is in the learning curve. I think we have to have a very, very good coach and a selector. Their time is over, according to me.
No, I agree, right? But we know what's going to happen. The fact that they got to a 2-2, they're going to say that Gambhir's mindset, the fact that he took the groundsman on, and that set the tempo where the English were already on the back foot, and then Gambhir did this. Gambhir, see, they may say all these things, but it could have been a very easily a 3-1 series. And somebody like a Ravi Shastri kind of mindset, or even a Rahul Dravid kind of a mindset, who sort of truly takes a step back, who can strategically think about the game. And somebody, what Shastri brings to the table is a real players coach who can really motivate players, do the right thing. He's not going to do unnecessary things and take chances, right? In the series, you were given an Arshdeep Singh. 5 test match, you could have played him definitely. Kuldeep ஆடி இருக்கலாம், right? Especially when the chips were down, you never wanted to try, right?
Leeds and Manchester was the pitch to play Kuldeep.
Correct.
You didn't do it. Why?
Correct. So and then having just control over the team just because you have young people who listen to you, இந்த மைக்ரோ மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் யார் பண்ணாலுமே நமக்கு வெறுப்பு தான். அது கார்ப் அமெரிக்காவா இருந்தாலும் சரி, கிரிக்கெட்டா இருந்தாலும் சரி. So I agree with you, but the reality of it, what's going to happen is he's going to get a free load of the victory that happened over here, and then with the cloud that he has with maybe the political circles and so on, they're not going to take him out. But he has to look very closely and see whether he's going to make changes in himself, take that thing, sober down, and whatever said and done that the groundsman poked at him, telling a statement that you are just a groundsman is unnecessary, right? What would a Rahul Dravid do? Building that humility and saying that, hey, you know what, let me go a step back and let the team's results show the aggression. Adhe madri, when the team is down yesterday, I was just thinking, man, are you going to send somebody in, just create that energy of telling the team, do this, do that, blah, summa ukanda sogama apdiye ukand idu paakkradum, dey na pannuvenda andha velaiya, right? So naanum Delhi karandata, I was born in Delhi.
And we can also boost our ego and fight with everybody.
Correct. Yeah. And Ajit, right, Suma, he's done his thing, and even the squad that you look at, right? I mean, are there other folks that you could have sort of sent?
Say as higher illa.
Correct.
What did Sarfraz do wrong?
Correct.
So how many runs he has to score? Has a test century also. So ellame questionable selection, which will be swept under the carpet now because of the 2-2. I didn't want them to win.
நானும் சொல்லிட்டு இருந்தேன், right? Watching this game is a win-win. ஏன்னா if you lose 1-3, மகனே உனக்கு இருக்கடா ஆப்பு. சரி 2-2, then looking at the young India, you can feel good. But net, it is what it is. We will, as long as you show results some way or the other, you will get to live through it. So we'll see what happens to these guys.
We can only speak about it. We can't control it.
Correct. Now let's go to the other side. Man, what a warrior captain. Ball in hand. We have spoke about this before, right? When you want to get a wicket, the guy comes in, puts it 85 miles per hour. He can do it all. When the chips are down, scoring 150 and making the team wins. Captaincy in the field. Run out a vechi game matina. punt out. Like, this guy has got it all. My respect for Stokes, other than the fact that the handshake கொடுக்கிறது மட்டும் கொஞ்சம் சொதப்பறான்.
Uh, that is why his hand went away in the fifth game. So we have talked about the handshake. I'm not going to speak about it, but what a cricketer! I mean, I think it is before him. They said Flintoff was the best England saw. No match. Okay, he has won the World Cup with the four.
ஒரு ஓசி பேட்டை வச்சு
is drawn now. I think his legacy will be, or he was wanting to leave his legacy and baseball or bass with the win in the series and the Ashes. If we draws the Ashes or wins the Ashes, his legacy will be up there with anybody else. And I will not be surprised whether if he is called Sir Ben Stokes next year if he wins the Ashes.
Correct. I think England bottom was one of the really solid all-rounders. If you go back in the past, even go beyond Flintoff. I'm trying to remember who would I really think as a pace bowling all-rounder for England after bottom before Flintoff.
There were a couple of them, but they were not consistent enough. Ronnie Irani, Paul.
Ronnie Irani la vandu bowling e aragora sevage avana damal adichan.
Medium pacer, I'm saying andha mari.
Illa na bowling all-rounder solran. To pace bowling all-rounder.
அந்த மாதிரி 85 bowler nobody.
Correct.
So we had Paul Collingwood was a medium pacer.
Correct.
அந்த மாதிரி, but 85 or 90 miles per hour போட்ட மாதிரி.
Correct. That's just amazing. Anyway, I think kudos to Stokes. Okay. ஸ்டோக்ஸை பத்தி பேசிட்டோம், கம்பீரை பத்தி பேசிட்டோம், அகர்கரை பத்தி பேசிட்டோம், எல்லா கிரிட்டை பத்தி பேசிட்டோம். எங்கப்பா இருக்கான் இந்த ஆளு பும்ரா? என்னாச்சு பையனுக்கு?
He asked for a release for this test match, even though I think his wife was doing commentary in Sony. So he was babysitting in England. So my question is, if you are the greatest bowler in India, why didn't you stay with the team and give your input,
moral support at least?
Input, or whether there is a any kasamasa between him and Gambhir.
அதான் நான் நினைச்சேன், நீ சொல்லிட்ட. ஒருவேளை வந்து he wanted to be here, ஆனா கம்பீர் நீ இருக்க தேவையில்லைன்னு சொன்னான். I mean, I think Mitzi are biased for Gambhir, but anyway, I agree with you, right? Bumrah has not been the Bumrah that we know of, right? And he came back. It's been I don't know how we have to manage him. He's a champion bowler. சொல்ல தேவையில்லை, எவ்வளோ சொல்லிட்டோம் நம்ம முன்னாடி. How we manage him going forward, or is he coming to the end? We don't know. In the படம் climax எப்படி போகும்னு தெரியல. But the impact was not there. So definitely a very dwindling impact. And the fact that India is winning more test matches when he's not playing, and அதுவே வந்து ஒரு it's முதல்ல ஜோக்கு மாதிரி இருந்தது, எப்படா முடியும்னு. இப்போ கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமா பார்க்கறச்சே it feels differently. What is also interesting is Sirajோட impact, right? I don't know whether when you tell him, man, you are the guy, there is no Bumrah around, அதை கொடுக்கறச்சே he's able to step up the game. He should not be like that. He has to think that he's
in corporate. You have a manager and assistant manager or whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
The manager goes on summer vacation for 2 weeks. He will nominate one assistant manager as the manager. Appo call it to nada and the mari. He is coming up every time when he is the later of the pack. Last 18 months or 2 years. So
என்ன சொல்றேன்னா, இப்போ பாமர் போனதுக்கு அப்புறம் தான் சத்யா கலக்குறான், அவருக்கே பண்ணலையே அப்படிங்கிறார். சரி, now let's talk about, oh my god, cricket, please give me a second chance னு சொன்னான். சரிடா எடுத்துக்கோன்னு சான்ஸையும் கொடுத்தோம். என்னாச்சு?
We gave 3 chances. not one.
அவனும் வந்து நிறைய சான்ஸ் கொடுத்தானே, பேட் எல்லாம் தூக்கி வெறும் பால் அப்படி.
So I think first few dismissals in the first or second test, he was unlucky because brilliant catch by Bob in the first innings. You can't do anything. Then a couple of snorters you can't do anything. But when you have scored 50 and you are coming overnight, I think he didn't have a good sleep or whatever. He didn't play enough. And the second innings, first ball, it got hit in the thumb. And he was konjo dazed out in the last test match. So dropping Shreyas itself was a mistake, okay, or not including him. So I feel that's the road over for Karun. Personally, I want to give him another chance, but with so much competition in India, I don't think there is another chance, because they will play Sai. When we come to Sai, we'll discuss about him. So if in India, if we want a number 5 batsman, we have Sarfraz, Shreyas, okay, and if you are playing Jadeja and Washi, then Pant comes.
Correct.
So I think the road is over for me. I think, but
no, I agree. See, as a fan, it's always bothering me to see somebody who scored a triple century not get a chance, right? Got a chance after 8 years. And for like most of us, right, you get this one chance, right? And the talent is like so much around you. Unless you make it count, nobody is going to even look at you again, right? So Karun got that chance. He started well in the warm-up games. I still blame him for that shot, right? And the ball out and the LBW Wangi, the wicket start tumbling, right? He could have really enforced that game and changed it for us, and that's how it's essentially going to happen. And I don't see him coming back. And it would be just unfair on people like Shreyas Iyer, who have the loads and loads of talent, to essentially come in, and then India just gets into a much better position. So it's unfortunate, but we'll see what happens.
Was like a C++ developer in the AI world.
Correct.
Road ahead. Now, after the series, what we have to do with the team. So we have 4 or 5 slides. We will go quickly. I think we have to stick with Sai at number 3, give him another 10 matches run, and then see what will happen, because I think the next 4 or 5 test matches are in India. So as we spoke in the last episode, he has to taper it and look at it, the mindset as a IPL mindset, where he starts off medium and then pushes on, not going or getting bogged down for 60 balls. So but I think we have to continue with Sai and Washi. We've spoken lots about Washi in this episode. Next.
Washi, I agree. Sai, I also see, like, I think to your point, right, getting too much into a shell. He has to take a little bit of inspiration from Jaiswal and try to play a little bit of flowing game. And that way, right, even if he scores a brisk 35-40, it's better than scoring a 10 or 12 or 70 balls, right? So that's the part I think he has to sort of improve. Okay. You can finish your point, but I have mine, so go with yours.
I think we have to have a medium pacer or a boarding all-rounder, a pacer, not a spinner, in Sena countries, and I think NKR is the only one we can bank upon now, which has played for India. I don't think Starul will have another, Thakur will have another go. And because Sena countries, what we are missing is that cog in the wheel. Though we played only 3 bowlers and we slayed them like a horse in this test.
Mm-hmm.
That will not happen, because if the teams get 400, 500, or 600, body poche. So,
See,
but
எனக்கு என்னோட பாயிண்ட், see, I agree with you. இவன் ஒருத்தன் தான் இருக்கான். இது எப்படி இருக்குன்னா, சந்தானமும் ஹீரோ ஆயிட்டான், சூரியும் ஹீரோ ஆயிட்டான், விவேக் இஸ் நோ மோர், கவுண்டமணி செந்தில் cannot do காமெடி, எவன்டா காமெடியன் யோகி பாபு மட்டும் தான் இருக்கான்னு சொல்ற மாதிரி. He did score a century in Australia. Okay, all that fine, but he's still in the Tunitsi Bitsy player like number Jeffrey Boycott சொல்ற மாதிரி. I need the next Stokes, man. We need to go. Can he start bowling? He's a 70 miles per hour kind of a bowler, right? And there are conditions that will maybe make him effective. But to be really effective in all pitches, if India has so much of talent, or he has to step up and get to the 78, 80 miles per hour and be a consistent there and do a really good batting. But I overall think what you said is true, that we need a really good pace bowling all-rounder. And if Washi and Jadeja for a little while will be that really good spinning all-rounder, man, we really got something going. We can really play with combinations and do very interesting things for India.
The only other person I can look at, but who will not get chances at home, is Anshul Kamboj.
Kamboj will come as pure pacing all-rounder. Batting
Yeah, he has a good record in first class also, but he has to get up there. So they will take NKR because his batting is better than his bowling. But to fill up, he will come. That's all. But we have to look at. And this, what is that in IPL, that substitute
impact player
is killing the all-rounder spot in India.
Yeah. பேரை கேட்டா NTR மாதிரி இருக்கு, அதனால சான்ஸ் கொடுப்பாங்களோ என்னமோ. சரி, அடுத்தது let's go look at. சரி, பும்ரா பேசிட்டோம். What is happening with Shami? Paya injury.
Injury is in the squad for Bengal also, but we have to look beyond these two players very, very quickly. I think I don't know whether Sami will be back again. We will see. But
on this point, I want to ask you about your read on Prasidh Krishna and Akashdeep.
I think Prasidh was a comeback in this test match, but he has to get his consistently in line and length, because 4 for 120, not a good spell. And Akash Deep is a very, very good new ball bowler, but if he is not able to take the wickets in the new ball, is finding it very, very difficult in seamer friendly conditions in England to take wickets. So 110 doesn't make him Roger Benny or Kapil Dev.
See, I also thought we made quite a bit of calling PK, Prasadam Krishna, Allah Sonno. But in many ways, he's been doing that. Even today, when he started with that short ball and Overton scored him for a boundary, man, you got to be, and then one more boundary, you got to be on it. He got there, right? Once Siraj got the wicket, then Prasidh was there. He's got the height. He can really bounce the ball. He has the good ball just outside the off stump.
And the pace also he has, but
correct.
The consistency or in line and length is missing.
Correct. So I think they have been good prospects, but can they be a Shami, right? And the competition is up there, guys, in India. So Summa, you cannot, you do well in IPL, the doors will open. And then after that, for you to close and just maintain a permanent position, results have to show up.
Deepak Chahar was a net plotter in this series. For a swinger.
Yeah, wow, yeah. That's the kind of talent that India has. Okay, now let's talk about. You can say your point, and then I'll say.
I think the aggressive nature of Pant, I don't see anybody in India except Ishan Kishan or Poral. But Poral is very, very young. So they won't sit Sanju in the bench when Pant is. So in the series Mari, if we had caught Ishan, he was injured. So that's why we didn't call him. We called Jaggi now for the fifth test. But who can take the game away in 1 or 2 sessions? He's the only one.
See, the point. Okay, I think I get what you're saying, right? To get the next punt, maybe it's Ishan. But just like they say that Stokes is a generational player, punt is a generational player,
No,
right?
no, no. I'm saying I'm not saying like to like. I'm saying like to like processes. Pradhan.
See, and Punt is young, 27, 28 years old. So if he keeps his fitness, and this was a rare hitting foot injury, he has a good 7 years there. But any long series, you need a backup keeper. So with that, with you. I think Jaggi, right? You get a completely different style of a player, right? Who could have done things keeper opener, Jaggi.
That's the problem. He's played opener or one down.
So
He's
my
not.
point is, right, some games if Sai is not clicking, for example, or you just want to try out combinations, right, and punt is not full fitness, bring in Jaggi. He gets you the number 3 spot and see what happens. And that might be something where at least I feel that you don't have to get a like for like. Pana Ishan, right, he's lost his way, right? Suddenly he's not mentally, I don't know what happened, whether he was not, and he suddenly is playing IPL, the whole fiasco he has done. That's a bigger worry for me, because as we all know, like in most things in life, it's not your talent and everything else. If you lose it mentally, you can be a Vinod Kambli and not a Tendulkar, right?
What is that?
Prithvi Shah.
Ama.
And I really hope Prithvi Shah comes up on that's a tangent. Papa.
But Ishan Kishan is also 25 only. So same year like Gill. So
Correct.
I
No,
think
I agree. And we have to back young people. So from that standpoint, let's see what Ishan does for us a comeback. And if he does, it's awesome because he's an opener, right? And punt does of number 5. So you have that things to play around, and it'll be an interesting things again. Anyway, guys, it's been an amazing 5 test match series, and what an end that we saw today. Siraj, Kalakita, DSP, and the SP dan Anigaran. So Priyesh, your closing thoughts.
like Sir said, he will get a promotion in Hyderabad when he lands. So very happy for the first hour of the day's play today. Summer win, and I think it was a complete series with the storyline writing 2-2 and right finish of the score drawing because both the teams played very well.
Super. Until next time, Tata bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.